Hello, my darlings, and welcome to Speed Build Saturday. How are you all doing today? Welcome to the Tiny Brutalist. The Tiny Brutalist is obviously a tiny home set within the world of San Myshuno in The Sims 4, if you didn't know that. I'm enjoying building these kind of tiny homes in different kind of architecture styles, and the Brutalist Architecture is a very interesting style of architecture. We'll say that. I don't actually mind some of it. Some of it's quite nice, but some of it I just can't even. I don't understand it. But it will not stop me from trying to do my own little mini version in The Sims 4, and that is what this is. Brutalist Architecture is an architectural style which emerged during the 1950s in the UK. It was kind of the reconstruction projects of a post-war era. So after World War II, this is kind of what was popping up everywhere. It's Brutalist Buildings. I'm reading this, by the way. Brutalist buildings are characterized by minimalist constructions that showcase the bare building materials and structural elements over decorative design. Well, there we go. It's mainly exposed concrete, to be honest with you. And that is what I tried to replicate in this. Lots of things changed, including the shipping container door at the bottom. It was far too big for the lower level, because the lower level is like 3x3 squares, I think. And that is where I put the kitchen. But I really wanted this place to have as much natural light as possible. And I tried to make it blend in with the landscape as much as I possibly could as well. So you'll probably see me placing a lot of these kind of almost like street decorative design around some trees and benches and stuff. So this lot itself kind of has got benches and stuff on the outside, but I just wanted to try and blend it in as much as I possibly could into the world of San Myshuno. And this is what I came up with, obviously using a lot of debug items and using the new amazing mod from Twisted Mexi that allows you to copy the debug items, and it just makes building a whole lot easier. And if you do want that mod, I will link it down below. It is for early access at the minute on Patreon, and then I think it gets released to the general public after a month, I think. But it's completely changed the way I build. It really has. Now, this build was finished and complete before the new window update, which, by the way, I am very, very moist about. That is a complete and utter game changer, and I'm absolutely for it. Absolutely for it. I cannot wait to play around with the window update a little bit more with some future builds. What style? I'm going to leave the next style up to you. What style do you want my next kind of tiny home to be in? I think I'm going to do a couple more tiny homes, and then we're going to go on and do some more speed builds in other styles and other sizes. But what style would you like to see next in a tiny home? Let me know down below. I'm really itching to do a modern one. Even though this is kind of a modern build, I really want to do a modern one, but I want to leave it up to you guys. And if you see a comment that you really like, or the style that you really want, give it a like, because the comment with the most likes, I will do the next tiny build in. As always, this build is up on the gallery. You just have to search the DevonBumpkin hashtag. That is all one word. And you should find it, and you'll be able to pop it into your game. But yeah, I really enjoyed building this. I really enjoyed trying to figure out the floor plan. Obviously, I had to use ladders throughout this whole place, but it's actually, for a tiny home, it's got a lot of space. Mainly because a lot of it is on the outside as well. It's got a roof terrace, it's got a balcony too, but it's also got quite a big substantial back garden with its own pool, my loves. So tiny living does not mean that you have to live squashed into a box. You can have as much space as you possibly would want with this build, and I love that. It's also got a nice little living area with a balcony off of that. And it's also got a bedroom on the top floor with a bathroom, and I think, excuse me, the living room does not have a balcony. The bedroom has its own balcony, and it's got amazing views of the harbour behind it. It's just, yeah, it's lovely. I reckon this would fit two Sims in very, very easily, preferably without any children, because children are the spawns of Satan. Sorry, what was that? Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Pardon me. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, so for 2 Sims, it would be absolutely perfect. Any more than that, they would probably struggle a little bit. But hey ho. So yeah, it is classed as a tiny home, 64 tiles. And that is not including the outside spaces, obviously, but it is including the balconies and the roof terrace. So not too bad at all. I wanted to keep the inside reflecting on the outside. So I kept a lot of the exposed concrete, as is with Brutalist Architecture. So you'll see a lot of concrete on the inside, but I love concrete on the inside, on inside interiors. I know it's not for everybody, but for me, it is my jam. I would die for a modern house with concrete flooring and walls. And I think the best way to make concrete flooring or concrete interiors look softened is with the use of plants, greenery, textures with rugs, good modern furniture, or even like mid-century furniture. I love that against concrete and stuff. So that is what I tried to replicate in this build, my loves. I did. So I'm obviously furnishing or getting all of the pieces down into the garden areas. Big barbecue area, big pool. It's got a dining space on the outside as well. And yeah, perfect place, even though it's tiny home, it's a perfect place to throw a party, I would imagine. I imagine the Sims having a party here would come across quite lovely. But obviously I'm using all of the stuff, or a lot of the stuff from the Eco Living Pack or Eco Lifestyle. I will never, ever be able to call it Eco Lifestyle first. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I use a lot of that. I also use a lot of the tiny living stuff as well. And probably quite a bit of... no, I didn't. I was just about to say quite a bit of base game, but it's only really the concrete and the textures that I used for the base game, because these concrete panels that you see on the wall behind this chair are just perfect. It's got the like steel holes. I don't know what the technical term is, but it's got those like textures on it, and I love them. I absolutely love them. I want to see more like things like that. I want to see more kind of modern textures in the game, but without too much of this like sim-isms, if you get what I mean, like the cartoony like patterns on them and stuff. Like, I'm so bored of seeing that. I really hope The Sims 5 lives up a bit more realistically. But yes, I really do. We're going to talk about the new pack that obviously has been announced, because a few of the game changers have got early access, whatever the hell that means. So there are obviously some reviews out now of the new Star Wars pack, and I watched one, and I'm so disappointed. I knew not to get my hopes up a lot with the gameplay, because I've been disappointed on most occasions with the Sims 4 gameplay. And I'm still going to do a review on the pack, but I know that I'm just not going to enjoy it. And I'm so saddened by that, because as you guys may or may not know, I am a huge Star Wars fan, and I was really praying that this pack was going to be a great pack. And from the looks of the review, it kind of lived up to the expectations that I already had in my head, which were not high. So yeah, look out for that in the upcoming weeks. I promised you guys to do a review. If I had it my way, I wouldn't do a review for this pack, because I know that I'm just going to be completely and utterly negative. But that's the thing with being a game changer. There's this misconception that you have to be positive or you're not going to get packs, or you'll get thrown off the actual program itself. That's not the case. We get to choose how we react to the pack, without any kind of like or any kind of what word am I looking for here? I don't know what the word is, but we won't get in trouble. There we go. Which, as it should be. I wouldn't want to be part of a program where I had to lie to you guys. You guys should know that by now. But yeah, that is my thoughts on it. I'm not excited anymore. I'm actually a little bit mad about it, because it just seems to me like a kind of Disney kind of marketing pack, and I'm pretty pissed off, to be honest with you. But we'll let that come through in my review video, which should be coming out in the next few days, maybe next week sometime. Yeah, so next week. But not looking forward to it. Mighty pissed off. The end. Moving on. This is the interior. we're doing the kitchen. The kitchen is right on the ground level. So as soon as your sim comes in through this door, they are into the kitchen, which, yeah, it's a little bit weird. But tiny living, you've got to make these kind of like choices sometimes just to actually fit it in. And I really like this kitchen. It works well. The whole house works perfectly. I player tested it as I always do with my mods. Mods. I don't make mods as I always do with my builds. But yeah, again, you can see I'm using a lot of greys. I use quite a muted pack in here. I really wanted greys, blacks, whites, but also softening it down with some lighter woods as well. I do use a bit of lighter woods going through this house, and it works well. It really does. And I'm for it. The bin is actually outside, by the way. I put the bin outside, but it's just by the back door. In the sim, it's literally like being in the same kitchen. Just gives us a little bit more space. So this is the main living area. Tiny little living area because I had to fit 2 ladders in here. But it still works. It's got everything your sim would need in a living area. I had to, when I was player testing this, the shelving was stopping the sim from coming into the living area. So I had to just shuffle it a little bit, but it's fine. They can get in, they can listen to music, they can read, they can watch TV. Plus, this place has probably got the best view. Nope, lying, the bedroom has. But it's got a great view. It's got windows on all sides, city views from one end, and then kind of harbour views from the other, which is just lovely, and I'm here for it. I really am. What have we got coming this week? We've got The Sims Medieval coming on Monday. We have got, obviously, my Star Wars pack review coming, and we've also got the next part of Let's Build the Worlds, which is going to be in Strangerville, my loves. I'm going to be in Strangerville. We're going to be building some lovely houses, getting some good lore in, some good realistic lore. We're stepping away from the fantasy now that we've been doing for Glimmerbrook. I want to get back into some realistic people, some realistic kind of storylines and stuff. So I'm uber excited for it. And I just want to thank you guys for your continued support on my Let's Build series, because it's the series that is going to be forever in my heart, because it changed my channel and allowed me to do this as a full-time career. And I am living for it. I really am. Why am I getting so aggressive? I've no idea. Might do an aggressive vape. No, we won't be doing that again. Anyway, this is the bedroom. It's nearly finished by now. It's quite muted. It's quite stark, actually, the bedroom, compared to the rest of the house. But I really wanted this room to kind of have the drama with the view outwards. You'll see that in the video tour at the end. The view out from this bedroom is just, chef's kiss. It really is. And obviously it's got its own big balcony on the outside as well. Now, I didn't show how I furnished, and I'd literally just plonked 2 of the sofas down from the Nifty Knitting pack, and also like a flame table, like a little fire pit table. But yeah, a little cheeky bathroom, little ensuite, but it's got everything your sim would need to pee, poo and shower, which is just lovely. Stunning. It's what you need in a toilet, really, isn't it? But yes, anyway, I'm going to start wrapping it up now, because this is where it's going to slowly come to an end. Leave me some lovely comments, my darlings. I really hope you have a lovely weekend. I'm away at the minute. If you want to follow my adventures when I'm away, go over to my Instagram, which is linked below. I'm going to be doing a few stories. But yes, I'm going to leave it here, and I will see all of you gorgeous people on Monday. Goodbye, my friends.